good with y'all, man? Hey, you already know if you're new to the channel, make sure you hit that like, drop that sub, turn on them notices, man. Do a video daily. Happy Wednesday. So, I just got done with the season finale, episode 9 of Daredevil Born Again. I will say, this episode did not disappoint me. I ain't gonna lie, it was a lot of crazy stuff going on in this episode, man. So I'm probably gonna jump the gun. And always, man, we gonna talk about spoilers. So if you haven't seen the episode, don't watch this video. Now I'm gonna go all over the place. I try to go in order, but it never happens. All right. So it was good seeing Karen back. Her and Daredevil and Matt Murdock had some good little moments together. The Punisher scene with Matt or Daredevil, whatever you want to call it, fighting was so chaotic, man. The fight scenes in this episode did not disappoint. There was a lot of brutal deaths if you paid attention. Especially Punisher, man. And you know one thing I appreciate with Daredevil and Punisher, man, is the dialogue between the two. The part of the episode that had me cracking up is when Matt Murdock left. He escaped the hospital when Kingpin was trying to kill him. And he got back to his house and Punisher's in his house waiting on him because Karen gave him that call. And they knew the vigilante squad was about to come up there to fight him or to get him. And Matt's in that little he's in the hospital gown. And Punisher's like, you're not gonna fight him with your ass hanging out, and he just flips him off. I appreciate the little dialogue and stuff like that. I thought that was good. See, that's not forced humor. That fit in perfectly. I love that. The fighting in this episode was great, man. We get to see Matt at the end of the episode as Daredevil in the Josie's bar, which I think he's gonna he's gonna take his mask off so the people who's in the bar can actually see him. He's gonna reveal. I believe he's gonna reveal his identity to those people when we get to season 2 coming out. It turned out Vanessa was hired. She hired Bullseye to kill Foggy. And then we find out why, because pretty much Vanessa has some type of port that it's pretty much free of the United States, so she doesn't have to pay taxes on it and anything, and she launders money through there, and that's where they're trying to build that little thing they were trying to build, so they could pretty much be unstoppable. Her and Kingpin. Excuse me. Okay, we got Kingpin. Wow. We see Kingpin squeeze the commissioner's head. And I will say that was a pretty graphic scene, man. I liked it though. It was very graphic, but it was good. I liked it. And he smashed Commissioner's head because he was gonna go to the higher ups to pretty much try to get Kingpin out of office. And I'm actually curious on what they're gonna do with Kingpin's the black lady. I always forget her name, because he knows that she's not on board with them, and I don't think things are gonna turn out too good for her. Especially you see the way the young kid was staring at her when Kingpin was giving that announcement to the city. Overall, for a season finale, I had fun with this episode. I was not bored. The fight scenes was dope, man. I really appreciated the fight scenes, especially with Daredevil and Punisher. And for a second, Daredevil and Punisher, they was about to fight each other, man. But Matt heard a grenade, so it kind of broke it up. And I think it's cool that Karen is the one who actually gave Punisher a call. And another little moment of dialogue I appreciated in this episode was, after all the fighting was happening, Karen and Matt is leaving Punisher's place, and Karen's like, I'm not buying it that you don't care. And he was like, you called me for a favor and I did it. And she was like, you did, thank you. See, it just shows you Frank actually really does care about, Karen, Red. He calls him Red. I thought it's just little moments like that actually is like really good for the show that I really appreciate and really enjoy. Trying to think of what else. Kingpin, I ain't gonna call him Mayor no more because he's Kingpin. Literally brought Vanessa, aka Matt Murdock's girlfriend, into his city council or whatever you want to call it. He brought her on board as the mental health person. So it's going to be really intriguing to see how it goes from there, especially with her and Matt, because Matt has tried to tell her countless of times that he is a dangerous person, and she doesn't believe him for some odd reason. But then again, women don't listen, do ya? No. So yeah, it's gonna be interesting to see how that plays out. Now, I will say the fight where Punisher just goes down to what was it? It was the Red Rock, I believe that's what it was called. He went down to the Red Rock, and he was fighting a whole lot of cops, and then they had that moment with him, and they captured him because I mean he killed about 15 people probably, but they ended up capturing him, had him tied up, and they tell him, "Yo, we idolize you. We want to work with you. We're with you." And he's like, "You don't know my loss. You don't know my pain. You don't know how I see the world." And then they're like, "This is very unfortunate." And then, they beat the shit out of him. And then we see Frank in the mayor's basement with all the city council. All the rich people, all the city council. He's in a cage down there with all those people. Trying to think. I think I touched base on everything I wanted to say. One more thing. I don't even know if this is considered a post-credit scene, but after the main scene ends with Daredevil, you looking at Daredevil through the door, it goes to a scene with Frank, and Frank's in the cage and he's having this conversation with one of Kingpin's henchmen. Now this dude was dumb. He was just chalking it up small talk with the guy. And then he was like, "It's nice to meet you." Then he put his hand out through the cage, and I was like, "Ain't no way this dude's gonna take that bait, bro." I was like, "Ain't no way he's gonna take that bait, man." And he took the bait, broke his arm, and I'm assuming he's gonna escape. So we'll probably see that in the episode 1 of season 2. Yeah, I was like, "No way, this dude is that dumb to take that bait," and he didn't. I was like, "That's crazy," but. Overall, man, good episode. I highly enjoyed it. I was not bored. I was excited. I hope we get season 2 real quick. I don't want to have to wait that long. I want season 2 here and now, preferably right now. But if I was to rank it out of 10, man, I'm going to give the season finale, I'm going to give it a 9. I'm going to give it a 9. And also, one other thing I wanted to touch on was Kingpin. He called martial law. He's pretty much making the city his own. So, and then Daredevil's talking about bringing the city back together if everybody does it. Because we got to see a scene with Daredevil and Karen. Yeah, Karen. And she was telling him not to go fight because if he fights, he's either going to die or he's going to cross that line and kill somebody. And she convinced him not to go and fight at that place. And then the next thing they're at the Josie's. So overall, man, good episode. Highly enjoyed it. If you haven't seen it, go watch it. I know we do comparisons between this show and the Netflix show. And it's been so long since I've watched the Netflix show. But what I do remember from the Netflix show is that I loved the Daredevil on Netflix. It was just absolutely banger. I will say this Daredevil Born Again, it's close. It's very, very close to the Netflix series in my opinion. I've enjoyed this new Born Again season. So I don't know, man. We'll see how season 2 goes. But I really, I know people do the comparisons between the two, but just stand alone, I've enjoyed this first season of Daredevil Born Again, man. So, post your comments down below. Let me know what you guys thought, man. Have you enjoyed Daredevil Born Again Season 1? Have you seen the season finale? What would you rank it out of 10? Let me know in the comments down below. And I'm going to catch y'all on the next one, man. 100,000 subscribers is ground time. Let's get it.